Coach, a number of your guys made clutch plays down the stretch tonight, but to start, how special was Paolo and his performance in your eyes?
I just told the coaches in there, it was one of those games where you're just watching and you're coaching, but you're sitting there just enjoying his process and watching a great player perform. You know, he was an artist out there. And, you know, obviously tough shots made, put the team on his back with guys down, and then guys stepped up and stepped in, and you know, they joined in the party.
Mentioned guys stepping up and stepping in. Anthony Black's 3 down the line. I mean, just what does that say about his growth and his confidence and his shooting that shot and making it?
I'm so proud of that young man. And we said it before this summer, the work that he's put in, how much time he's waited, and understanding how good he can be. And he's never wavered. And he continues to put the work in. Like we talked about, I say it over and over again, he was in the gym all summer, and he's not afraid. He sits down guards, grabs big rebounds, not afraid of matchups. I could not be more proud of that young man for his resiliency and his grit, as well as the rest of this group.
You mentioned kind of just sitting back a little bit and watching an artist go to work. As a coach, how do you manage the late game situation where you have a guy that's clearly got it going on and offensively he's in control of everything, but still have to manage a late game situation? How do you balance that?
We work on these things a lot. And we watch film. It's funny. We watched their last night's game, the fourth quarter, into the end, as a group, to see what the situations we're going to be in. So these guys know that situation, and they know what we're going to run. They know how to get the ball in the right person's hands in the right spacing, and Paolo finds the right plays. And that's what these guys did. They all stepped in, and then Jalen was great, to continue to go. He guarded, knocked shots down early, wasn't afraid of the moment, and that's what this group is.
Coach, speaking of Jalen, can you talk about the confidence he had in AB to swing that ball to him at the end?
Trust. That's this group. They believe in each other. We've said it all through camp. We've said it last year. This group believes in each other. They want the person next to them to succeed, and that's part of making the right basketball play, and that's growth. And for AB to step in, 2 big threes, just at the right moment, and then big rebounds at the right moment. These guys trust him because they see the work that he's put in.
Coach, for Paolo to join a list of Magic players to score 50-plus points, T-Mac, Shaq, and Nick Anderson, Paolo now in that list, does a performance like that just reiterate to not just you guys but to the basketball world, this is one of the best basketball players right now?
It should. I think so. He's one of the best basketball players I've been around. I mean, the way he conducts himself, the way he pushes himself to be great, the way in which he makes other people around him great. Because you got to understand, a lot of those open shots are because he's drawing 2 and 3 defenders, and he's making the right play. And so that's what great players do. They make those around them great, and they make our coaches look good too.
Obviously, you needed some heroics in the fourth quarter because the third quarter was a bit of a step back, being down some key players and having to try some different lineups. But what does it say about Paolo, his ability to kind of shake off a bad third quarter and this team to shake off that bad third quarter and still kind of find a way to get the win, which I'm sure is what everyone cares about more than scoring 50?
Well, just showing the grit. And that's what I said to him in the locker room. We just said, you know what, the 50 was a beautiful piece, but the other side was the way he sat down and guarded. Taking the challenge on to guard Siakam, knowing he had 4 fouls. He had 4 fouls, and he didn't get in foul trouble after that. And so I think that's a big time, hats off to him and this entire group. There was just grit. Guys went down, the next man stepped up. No matter what it was, guys found a way to step in and step up. And that's why, you're proud of a group that understands the importance of these moments and these possessions.
As impressive as the 50 points is the 13 rebounds, 9 assists equally as impressive in a game like this?
Absolutely. He's making the right play, trying to do the right thing, trying to get his teammates involved. Now, I'll keep saying it. Great players make those around them great as well. And this is what this group did. But more importantly, you see what the final defensive fourth quarter was. You're going to win games on the defensive end of the floor. You hold them to 17 points after giving up 39 in that third, then you got to make sure we sit down and got stops, and that's what we did.
Franz didn't play in the second half. I know he was sick at the beginning. How is he feeling now, and how much of a curveball was that for you and for your team going into that second half?
You know, he gave it a go, and that's what the word grit means a lot to this team, and that's what we've shown, and that's what we'll continue to be. For him to try to just give it a go, knowing how he was feeling, says a lot about him and his competitive nature. He's feeling a little bit better. Obviously, we'll just keep monitoring him, make sure he's okay, and then we'll figure out as we go on this road.
You just mentioned going on the road. How can you carry this type of performance onto a 5-game road trip?
One at a time. One game at a time. We have Chicago next, and I think we got to focus on them, their level of play, their style of play, playing a lot faster, shooting a lot of threes, similar to the teams that we've been playing. So it's going to be the consistent message with our guys. We got to get back in transition. You got to defend the three-point line. You got to rebound the basketball, and then you got to take care of the basketball. And that's what we got to continue to do.